Right. What's up, family? It's your girl, Shanelle Gabriel. You are listening to the Compound Movement, building new ideas around health and fitness. What's up? So it's your girl, Shanelle. I'm very excited to be able to talk this today. Today is going to be a really good day. Okay, I have an awesome guest in the studio, but really quick, I want to do a quick check-in, just let you all know that you can join me, man. I'm running the New York City half marathon to raise money for lupus. Oh my goodness. Today was a struggle. I was supposed to get up and run, and it just did not happen at all. It's like epic fail. But I always say that, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, Shanelle, you're so fit. I'm like, no, there are days I wake up and I'm like, my bed though. Nah, I ain't leaving it. But, I'm going to go running later. I hope you guys are all working out and getting your workout on. I know it's 3 months into the new year, and New Year, New You tends to fade out around now. The gym is starting to look like how I like it to look, nice and empty. And I can get back my weight machines, and I can find the 20-pound weights now, because all of y'all folk that just jump on the bandwagon jump off. So, no, don't let me take advantage of this. Get behinds back in the gym. All right. So with that, speaking about getting your behinds doing things, I have in the studio, I'm very happy to introduce Britteny Floyd-Mayo, a.k.a. TrapYogaBae. Give it up for TrapYogaBae. Hey, sis. How are you?
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm awesome.
Oh, you're awesome. You are a fly. You don't even understand. So you're a Vinyasa Yoga instructor from Oakland, California.
That's it. Thank you.
And, the whole TrapYoga. Please, I could talk about it. I can quote it. I was able to take a class of yours, but please tell our lovely audience what TrapYoga
mic check.
is.
So TrapYoga is, I like to tell people, like, it's the same thing as like boom, pow. Like, you know what it means. The word is the definition.
Mm-hmm.
Trap is the kind of music. It's a subgenre of hip hop, but it's characterized by heavy bass and a lot of open space. That means like boom, right? Enough for it to be slow, enough for it to penetrate your heart. Mm-hmm. And then it's got that kind of like hardness to it, that hard shell. But in Trap Yoga, it's the opposite. It's like, let's acknowledge that hard shell. Trap music, and then we take it off. So then we go through yoga, which is, we've got 2,000-year-old asanas that are, as old as when they say Jesus was here.
Hold on, you gotta let us know, because everybody doesn't know what an asana is. They
I
got an ass, but I don't know about an asana.
Right, and I got a shirt like that, like dead asana. But so an asana is a series of different postures. So it's holding your bodies in different ways in a specific sequence.
Okay.
So we've got 2,000-year-old ways to move your bodies in specific sequences that you do that. So you are going through yoga, and it's music on top of it, but it's not any kind of music. It's trap music, and it doesn't sound like the perfect mix, but it's like chicken and waffles. It's good.
I know chicken. You're right. That is a good comparison, because
I'm not a rapper. I got bars.
That was bars, yes. And she got this bomb bedroom voice. I'm just saying, she's like, hello, and then you move to the left. I don't know. It's just, you got a good voice for radio. I know. So how long have you been doing Trap Yoga?
Yeah, so I've been practicing yoga for about 7 years. It was something I picked up in my undergrad studies.
Okay. Where'd you go?
I went to Dillard University, and then I went on to Holy Names in Oakland.
Okay, awesome.
So started at HBCU and then finished with the Roman Catholics.
Oh wow, that's pretty big extreme.
Yeah, Trap Yoga.
Trap Yoga, right? See,
everything in my life, yes.
It connects to it.
And so I got back from Rishikesh, India. That's where I studied and got my yoga teacher training. And I started teaching about 2 years ago. I emerged as TrapYogaBae February 6, 2017. So my company just made a year.
Oh my goodness. So so I realized I neglected to mention at the beginning of this that TrapYogaBae has a following, okay? You guys, she tours with this wonderful brand of Trap Yoga, and she's hitting all these cities. Where have you been so far?
We're international.
Oh.
Yes. So we have
Passport.
taught, right? Stamps,
bars, yes.
So we've taught everywhere from Singapore to Shanghai. We've been to Cuba. We just got back from Antigua. Most of the time when people see me on vacation, it's because I've got a private event, and then I'm like, we're just gonna stay here for a week, okay, guys?
I want your job.
Yes, you can have it. We could do it. We could do it. We could do it.
Make
You
it
fit.
work.
You
I'll
fit.
just twerk in the
twerk.
middle of everything.
Who doesn't like? I need backup. I need twerk backup, baby.
You see, she encouraging me
Chaturanga
to leave.
twerks. Look at them arms. You could do a podcast anywhere. I'm sure.
We'll just
engineer don't mind, but
we'll make it work.
We can make it work. But yeah. So we've been international. We've got the Cayman Islands and Costa Rica coming up. But on the home front, we have 4 core cities, and that is right here, New York,
NYC, of course.
Yes, Los Angeles, Houston, and Atlanta.
Yeah. How is Atlanta? How is that? I know that's like
nobody beats Atlanta.
I'm sorry, that is like twerk central. Everybody might be they taking yoga and then go to the strip club and do it, because that's the strip club capital.
In a lot of cities, I have to convince people to twerk. I'm like, come on, y'all, twerk. In Atlanta, I'm like, okay, baby, settle down. Okay, like, cause this is still yoga. It's yoga. I need you to settle down.
They just like pop, drop.
They ready. But no, it's a beautiful thing. So last year we just tried out any and every city. We hit Miami. We hit Denver.
No Denver.
I don't do the snow.
Oh no! Denver in the summertime is really nice. You just have to like coordinate that. Sure. It's dry heat.
Yeah,
She's like, nah, B.
I tried it.
Nah.
I tried it. But I mean, like, I can't really think of too many places that we haven't been aside from like super duper north. Like, we didn't do Washington or Seattle, but we were just like, let's figure this out. Let's grow as a company. And then at the end of the year, we identified cities that we really felt like was tribe, that we really felt was home. And then we've got those 4 cities that we come to twice a year, and then everything else I get total bratty about it. Like, you can book me for a private event and then I'll come. And Chicago's like our little baby city, so we still love Chicago, but it doesn't get a full tour stop just because
it's just not.
I got 9 mouths to feed.
Oh, 9?
Yeah, I started off as a 1-woman company. Back if you would have came to my class in the beginning, it was me. I checked you in. I played the music from a Spotify playlist. I only had 1 T-shirt, and I sat at the end and was like, would you like to buy my shirt? Aww. And now we have, departments. And we're hiring for sales. We're hiring sales.
I did see that on your Instagram. I was like, yes, get this business life.
Yes.
Get this yoga and business life. Imagine. So I mean, why? I'm just curious. So why trap? Like, why trap music? I mean, other than the fact that it is chicken and waffles, it's kind of like salt and sweet. Like, where did this come from? But it could have been like old school yoga. It could have been reggae yoga, and the whole Caribbean. But what made you pick trap?
Trap was me. So really interesting. I was a minister and a wife.
Hallelujah.
And, right? I just hit you with it.
The Lord just gave you this.
I didn't, right, no. And I actually didn't listen to rap music for about 6 years. And I was one of those people who was like, I don't really listen to secular music so much. Oh, wow. And a lot of stuff happened, and that's when I went on my Eat, Pray, Love, and I came back, and I remember I was like cleaning up my house, and I was like just trying to figure out like music. I wanted to hear everything that I had missed in the last 6 years, and I was like, this trap thing, like, it does something to me. Like, that beat made me want to.
She's popping the shoulders, just so y'all know.
Yeah, like I was in it, and I was like, there's something here, right? And I was practicing yoga all the time, and then I was like, wait a minute, like, this feels really good. Like, there is something here to it, and it's that release, because a lot of times people think that yoga has to be peaceful and you have to come in it with this kind of self-actualization and knowledge. And I was like, no, like, when I start doing my yoga to trap music, I came in, I started off angry. Like, of course, I'm listening to trap music. I'm mad, and I want to imagine that I'm like selling drugs and shooting my enemies.
And punching folk in
the face. Right, punching folk in the face.
What you said, motherfucker.
And then I was like, exactly. Oh, we can curse?
Yeah, you can curse. You can curse. Oh, no, I'll let you curse. That's another thing. If you are of the weak-spirited that you can't hear a cuss word every now and then, TrapYoga class is not for you. I'm going to just let you know that.
I tell you in the beginning.
Bombs dropped. I was just like, oh, okay.
I'm like, this sound like the shit you could do on a motherfucking Tuesday.
But no, I think that's one thing that you say, to the idea that this is you, and it very much feels like you. Yeah. Even the language, you feel like that that trap best friend that everybody got that ratchet best friend.
Yes.
That's like, where he at? We gonna keep his card.
Right. And I love it because at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, I'm ratchet, but I'm also highly degreed. Don't blame me. I dropped out of medical school.
Oh,
right.
Ooh, let's school. Okay. Well, what were you studying in medical school?
I was going to school to be a nurse anesthetist, and
Oh.
I had like a year left, and Trap Yoga took me. But yeah, so like going back to that, so it could have been all of those other things, but all of those other things weren't authentically me. And a lot of times people, like the base of that question that you ask is generally like, how did you come up with Trap Yoga? And my answer to that is I didn't necessarily come up with Trap Yoga. I started living my life in a way that was the most authentic to me. And Trap Yoga just so happened to be who I am and where I was. It's that dichotomous world that I live in of both of those, of wanting to be free and ratchet and culturally palatable to me and mine, but also needing to find peace and needing to find that balance. And it's my way of just like mashing those two worlds. And it's the world that I live in. I like TrapYogaBae is the persona, it's the moniker, but it's who I am 24 hours a day.
Definitely. You radiate like positive energy and all of that good. But so you mentioned that you were, you grew up religious, and that's something
I did.
actually, you didn't.
I was a heathen, and I got married. He was like, me and my house gonna serve the Lord, and I was like, sure.
Oh, he done roped you into the Lord. Yes. Well, I mean, I guess bringing that up, though. I did want to bring that up because I know that one thing I've seen, and I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, super conservative, We got the long sleeves on in the summertime, don't show your arms. And, actually, we were more liberal at my house. But thinking about that, when I remember some people taking yoga and saying, oh my gosh, we're praying to self, and that's not of the Lord. Just thinking about the religious aspects of yoga itself, like what is it non-denominational? Is it built on Buddhism or any of these other Eastern religions?
So there are parts of yoga, the actual full holistic practice that is built on Hinduism, and there is Buddhism in there. But in Western civilization, we have totally fucked their shit. It is nothing like that. And I know my guru, the person who certified me, I know he follows me, and I see Brother promote all the time, and I'm like, Hadi Om, I'm sorry. And so when I was there were, you would go through the religious studies, and I would be like, yo, like, I appreciate that. That's not something that I'm going to pick up. I'm already kind of trying to balance my relationship with being like focusing on a white Jesus. So like, let me like work that out before you try to give me some more stuff. And so for me, that's not a part of the practice I bring in, which is why I don't teach my students ohm-ing, and I don't teach them mudras, because then that's putting them into something, putting them in a religion. And a lot of times people just sheep and follow, and I don't want to open up gates for people who did not actually give verbal permission to open up gates, and it's also not something that I practice. But for me, the physical practice of it still does, I still do believe in God, and I still do honor that. And a lot of times people leave and they're like, you got the cadence of a minister, and I'm like, I know.
You do, you definitely do. It's like, I'm preaching to you, look to the right.
Right, exactly. And it's and all the time, because it's that part where I tell you to look back at your ass and command it to grow, right? And I'm like, because we live in a world that we believe was framed with words, that's literally me. Like in Genesis, God said that he made the world with world with words. Look back and use that power of the tongue to make your ass grow. Like many miracles.
I'm
many
just
miracles.
Have to look in the mirror and do that every day.
Many miracles, right? Like, I command you. I take dominion over this body, right? And so I think that if we were made in God's image, we do have God in us. And I think that we, a lot of times, we're looking for a savior and someone to be fully accountable for us. And in my class, it's saying, you can have a savior. You can have somebody who is holding you. But ultimately, faith without works is dead. You are accountable for your life. And so instead of being like, glory be to God, and I'm going to be happy if it's God's will. Well, it's God's will for you to be happy. Now it's time for you to put that work into it, and it's time for you to stop having that fear, because that which I fear most will happen to me. So stop fearing that you're not going to live your best life. Stop fearing that you're not going to be happy, and you take that shit right now. The only difference is I just say bitch and motherfucker a lot. But my message has not shifted at all from my times in ministry into right now.
That's beautiful.
Did you see the connection?
I saw it.
Trap Yoga bars.
Bars. Yo, she's flowing. You don't understand. She's flowing. I think the trap is definitely in you, as well as, the spirit, man. I feel that at the end of the day, the idea of self-empowerment, the idea of that's a very powerful thing. The idea of speaking things into your life is super powerful, and seeing you do that even for yourself and for your business, like watching that a year later and you've been all these places, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go in your suitcase. So I'm just curious, like we want to talk about like the idea of what yoga looks like, and a lot of times, even how I started this podcast, thinking about what the stereotypes of fitness are and how they usually don't relate to the Black community. Thinking about yoga itself, and the fact that yoga is very much considered a, white girl.
Space.
Oh my gosh, like we're gonna go to yoga and then do some. Yep, there you go. How do you say it?
Lululemon.
Lululemon. I've been saying Lululemon. So
it might be. I like fancy. I'm extra.
You put the accent over the E.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, thinking about that, right? How have you been challenged with that? I mean, what happens when people that are like looking for that traditional thing, do they come to your class by accident and be like, what the hell?
There's a reason why I don't get no fucking refunds. You heard me? You heard me? No, I totally get it. And that's what the challenge is. I think that there are a couple of things that happen on the yoga front. There is this aesthetic that we think that yogis have. You're thin, you're white, you're affluent, you wear Lululemon. I'm never going to get sponsored by them. Like, fuck, I always say crazy shit.
Just go to Athleta. We can pronounce that.
Right, Athleta. And we've got other amazing, largely Black brands, but it'd be all right. But and I want to challenge that aesthetic, and that there's this idea that like there's so many things that people feel like they're not, so they can't do yoga, right? Like, I'm not white enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not rich enough, I'm not flexible enough, and that's a lie. Like, that is the biggest lie. And when people tell me I'm not flexible enough to do yoga, I'm like, are you ever too dirty to take a bath? No.
Well,
so you don't come to yoga to because you're flexible. You come to get flexible. But I'm challenging that's what that has to look like. I'm also challenging what a yoga class has to look like. It doesn't have to be quiet. And people all the time are challenging me, like, how am I gonna find peace in your class? And I'm like, bitch, I'm not here to be peaceful. I'm here to empower you. And you'll never have peace until you're empowered to do that. So my yoga class is not about peace. It's about strength. It's about empowerment. It's about self-care and self-acceptance and self-advocacy. And on the other side, like really just that's it. Like I'm challenging what a yoga teacher looks like, what a yoga teacher sounds like, the music that needs to be played, and what a student needs to look like. There are no boundaries of what you should look like or what a class should be. And what I say to people who don't like my class, like, that's great. I knew stepping into this there would be plenty of people who would be like, that class was whack. She talked too much, or there was too much cursing, or that music was too loud. And I'm just like, beautiful. You're not my tribe. Go find your instructor.
They like, oh, go to Lower East Side Manhattan, go to Midtown, and get your life there. So, I mean, I think that's really awesome that you like recognize that there is a demographic that you serve. It feels, and taking it, even as somebody that has practiced yoga, and just watching the people that you can tell it's like their first time.
They're so cute.
They might have went and bought that yoga mat the first time.
You can smell the chemicals on their mat.
They're like, I just got this from TJ Maxx. It was $7, and it probably gonna last like 2 weeks. But
they don't know that yet.
They don't know yet. But just seeing that experience and seeing them like kind of giggle. So thinking about all of that, where just thinking, talking about yogis and what your tribe is. What is a sign of a good yogi? Like just thinking about all the experiences you've had. I mean, what is a sign of like something? Because I know that I've taken yoga classes where I've gotten frustrated with teachers where I'm like, okay, so you're trying to make us all break our backs right now. Got it.
Right. Like, what are you trying to prove? Right. And so what's the sign of a good yogi? Like somebody
that's teaching. What's the sign? Because
a teacher.
Teacher, yeah.
Oh, a yoga teacher.
Teacher, okay. Yoga instructor. Because I know some people might have taken your class and then you're gone and they're like, what am I gonna do? Or someone might be listening and they're like, okay, she's coming back in August. Right. All right. So what do I do till then? Maybe I can stretch first.
Yeah, I don't like to one night stand people. So what we've been working on is a TrapYoga app, which will be dropping in March. Everywhere we go, we are filming. We've been filming in Antigua, and I've got classes from everything for yoga for breakup, butt naked yoga. busted wide open yoga.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, yoga for airplanes. So I'm not just gonna keep leaving people hanging, and then people keep DMing me like, that was so great. Can you suggest another yoga instructor? And I'm like, that's like you have a one night stand and you're like, that was super awesome. Can
Where's
you
your best
recommend a friend? Like, no,
Your
there
other
ain't
friend
nobody
that was
else.
at the club
Wait
was
for me,
great.
ho.
No,
Like,
no. The
I'll be
guy,
back.
your friend at the club he's not available.
He don't got that good?
Okay.
But yeah, so to me, I think a sign of a good yoga instructor is one without ego. And that can look like so many different things, because I know, because I'm so self-assured, a lot of people assume that I have big ego. I don't. I'm actually quite humble. I'm actually here for the students. If I see that you guys are struggling, I will tell DJ, like, play music that'll be at a better pace. I will come down and I will do a flow with my student. I will say, look, I saw you rolling your wrist, baby. Are you okay? Let's try some modifications. So I think it's somebody who cares more about you getting what you need as a student than proving that I can do a handstand or a hand press. Like, that don't matter, because it's all really about the mind. The body will follow. So I think it's a yoga instructor who cares about you on a spiritual, on an emotional, and on a physical level, and are caring for you throughout that practice. Other than that, it all boils down to personality. Everything, like you have your favorite teacher in school who made the toughest subject sound so easy and so fun, because it was their teaching style. And everything to me in life I learned is about finding your tribe, and a lot of people connect with me. I see the reviews, I see the following, and there are people who don't, and that's why I keep saying there are thousands of other yoga teachers out there. I don't really give a shit about who you go to, so long as you get what you need.
Amen. I think that's important, the idea that you're thinking of your class, as opposed to like, I came with this amazing vision and you're all going to do it, and down and up and handstand and struggle and break. Because that's sometimes what it looks like. And I think I did very early on, I knew what bad yoga was. I didn't even know what yoga was. I knew it was bad because I felt bad.
It was
after.
rigid,
I felt,
and it was catered to them.
I mean, but granted, I do think the first class is always a struggle. It's always like the mental, like, oh my God, am I doing it wrong? Oh my God, why is this like person that doesn't look like they would be this flexible, and I am not.
Yeah, but you've taken the class, so you see, like, when it's time to get into something, I'm like, let me tell y'all, this is gonna be hard. So here are 3 options. Let's try all the ways that we can get into this. And then my last option is always ignore everything I said and just meet me in the end, because we're going for the end result, right? Or like, this is gonna be really hard, but the really hard flows, like the one at the end, we do it all together as a tribe, because no man will be left behind. And so for me, it's curating an experience where people don't feel left. That's why I tell so many jokes in the class, because when people laughed, those barriers come down, that idea of I don't belong comes down. That's why I'm so comfortable being so extra, because if I am so over the top, people will understand wherever they are, you fine. Ain't nobody even focused on you. You chilling. And that's why I tell people not to compare themselves. I'm like, we're trying this split. Get your leg as high as you can get it. However high you get it is exactly where you need to be. And to be honest, if you mind your fucking business and keep your eyes on your mat, you won't even have anyone else to compare yourself to.
Facts. That's true. That's the scary part. I think that's one of the scariest parts about yoga. So it's good that you like even recognizing that, like, listen, your leg gonna get there. Mine can get a little high. I've been stretching. I've been working out. I've been stretching, trying to do my little splits.
Yes.
I can't remember the one that looked like a little frog where you put your legs right here. I don't know.
No, it's frog. That's frog.
Frog.
That's
frog.
frog.
See, there you go. Look at that.
And if you back that ass up on the wall, it'll be even better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. I got you afterwards. I'm gonna teach you everything.
Oh, I'm like, see, I get a private lesson. Yes. I knew I love this show for a reason. But thinking about you talk about some of the things that you're up to, some of the things that you're going to. So what are you you mentioned that you're going to be back here after the summer at something really awesome.
I will. I'll be here for Afro Punk.
Son, Afro Punk. Oh my God, that's awesome. Is that going to be with the Afro Punk? Like, where are you going to be?
That's what I'm hiring for, sales team. We're trying to get that sponsorship. Holla at me. So we are not currently sponsored through Afro Punk. I think that TrapYoga is an amazing experience, and it fits the demographic of Afro Punk. And so definitely we've got our PR team and our upcoming salespeople, and that's what they will be doing, pitching us to things like that. But even if it doesn't happen, I don't take no for an answer. I'm still gonna come back.
I mean, you could still teach. You could teach that. You could definitely do around the same era and just. hit the let out and get everybody like
Right.
this way. You're already
Street
naked.
team,
You
street
ain't
team,
got
right.
no clothes on. You can fit. You
don't
can
need no
do a
clothes,
split.
right.
You ain't got nothing tight on.
Right,
You
right.
got tights on anyway. So
You're good.
you good.
Let's
you can
go.
let's just go to this room over here.
Yeah, so I'm excited. It'll be my first time at Afropunk also.
Oh, that's cool. It's crowded. It's a lot. It's a lot of people there. I mean, but you're West Coast, so you used to like Coachella and all those different
I
things,
don't
right?
fuck with Coachella. No.
I'm sorry. I feel like everybody out west is like, I'm at Coachella.
Well,
and
see,
that's
I'm from up
like-
north. So I'm from
Oh,
Oakland. So
that's
Coachella
right.
is LA. And festivals and crowds, they make a bitch anxious.
Oh, you're gonna be anxious a little bit. I'm gonna let you know that. Just be prepared for the. But it's beautiful.
But if it's
blackness.
dancing and it's carnival and it's black
Yes.
people. Like, not for nothing. A lot of times when I like spaces like Coachella tend to be spaces that were not curated for me, and then so there's a lot of like walking through, and there's a lot of rudeness, and there's a lot of disacknowledgement of the presence of a queen. And so I
well.
get frustrated. But I'm assuming spaces like Afropunk will not have that vibe.
I mean, you'd be surprised. Just be careful. It's a crowd.
right.
It's crowded
All
people, but you shall have a good time. There's a lot
I'm gonna
of
bring
great
my partner
music.
so I can get my hand held.
That's what I was gonna say. Bring your partner, bring your squad. I think it's a
Right,
good
right.
thing. I think it's a good event to go to as a group, like where
Okay.
you're all squatted up and you're kind of like being silly. And
Yeah, and I love
getting
my
food.
team. So
Yeah. You have a really good team. I was looking
Aren't
at that.
they awesome?
So what are the different roles that you have for your team? I think
yeah,
that's
so everybody so we're all actually entrepreneurs, and everything that they do for me, they like if they didn't have it as a business, I forced them. Like it was like, you got 60 days to get an LLC. And some services. So we have an events coordinator, and shout out to Cervante Cook at Tailored Moments, and he's based out of Houston, and he does everything from event space procurement to the layout to making sure that you guys have an amazing experience, and every little detail has been thought of and carefully curated for you. We have Kef & Co, and she does two things. She's my social media management, so she makes sure that I'm posting regularly and that I'm sharing. And she's like, it doesn't matter if it's your feet walking in the studio, they need to see you. And I'm like, great. But she's also that like really smiley girl with the secretary glasses on that's like, welcome here.
Oh,
and I love her because she's not trappy at all. And we're like, throw up a gang sign, Ken. And she's like, does this work? And yeah, and so then we also have our merchandise manager, and she's over all of our merchandise. We have our director of music, which is DJ True Star, and we sit for hours and we carefully curate each and every one of those flows, and we pick our key songs together, all of that. And then most recently I was able to add to the team two important people, which was finance, who is my mother, who we've retired from her job, so she is handling my paper.
Yay,
Ain't
mama.
nobody gonna stick me for my paper, but my mama watching my shit. and my sister, who you met, we look quite different, but if you look for the smiles, and she is my henchman. She like, what you need, I got
Which
you.
one? Who's that?
She was the chocolate girl, big smile. She's super athletic built.
Where was she? She was walking back and forth.
Yeah,
right?
she's everywhere.
Oh,
she's
I think
everywhere.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and she's like, you good, and she'll be in the
Yeah.
class, and if you hear someone going, hey, twerk, like she's the hype man, and she is a rapper. She's gonna be so mad that I said that, but she is a rapper, and so we sit in the car and she like freestyles all the time, and like we pull the Ratchet Affirmations out of that, and and so we also have our documentarian, because I got this bright idea that when I'm rich and famous, like I need some pictures of me in the gutter looking semi-dusty, which I don't.
No, you
but
don't. I was like, you
I'm
looking
trying.
cool.
I'm trying. So they could be like, look, this was us in our basement floor apartment. Like now we're in the penthouse. So I'm like, so when
Moving
I'm
on
looking
up,
when I'm
right?
looking confused when I see a dollar bill like Diddy B, that they see that like it was that. So
That's
yeah,
great.
there's lots of us.
I think
and of
that's-
course PR, Demia,
PR,
with the
yeah.
Couture agency, and
I was gonna
she
say-
don't come on tour because she's Seventh Day Adventist and she don't really rock
Oh,
with it.
SDA,
But she does her thing. She does her thing.
That is so great that you have a squad. I think that's the other side of fitness and making that a brand and making it us.
Yeah.
Is having the business side really locked tight and really secure the bag.
All brown,
figured
and
out.
we're all brown.
Yep, and you're all brown. Yes. So you mentioned something, Ratchet Affirmations.
Yes.
How did you come up with the idea to add these Ratchet Affirmations? I mean, I have a couple of them that I thought were cool.
What you like?
I'm a priority in my beautiful ass life. I was
Yes.
like, love the living world and let that dead shit go. I was like, yes. I feel so empowered. And I think somehow the curse words make me just feel so like, it's like the punctuation. It's like a period. It's like a boom.
Right.
How did you come with the idea of having these ratchet affirmations?
It's literally how I talk. Like, people are always coming to me and they're talking to me about something, and then because I think I'm a rapper and I'm not, like that's how I give advice, and that's how I speak in my everyday life. And now the team, when I'm like giving them all this advice, at the end of it they go bars, and I'm like, shut up, right? And they be like, okay, Instagram prophet, and I'm just like, leave me the fuck alone. And so before they were ratchet affirmations, they were the what do you say, like when you put under the captions under my posts, and then everyone would be like, wow, like that really spoke to me and that meant so much. And I was like, yeah, I'm here to affirm people, but it's gotta be ratchet. And then I was like, ratchet affirmations. By the way, that is trademarked. I own it.
Don't steal it
just
out there.
Just like I own TrapYogaBae.
Don't steal it, y'all.
Don't play yourself.
Yeah, you have competition though.
Yeah, that's okay. That's great. It's great.
She's like, they don't exist.
Yeah, no. I mean, they do exist. I acknowledge all humans, and I think what's a beautiful thing is, so long as all of our hearts are pure, I don't argue with no man. I don't fight with no bitch. So, like, people be like, oh, but you're not the only one. Okay, great. Go to the class. That's good. Lit. You'll miss me.
You do what you do. I mean,
I don't have my ratchet affirmation hat on. I had it on when you met me. On the back, it said, ain't no sunshine when I'm gone. You know, like, and so I'm really excited that there are so many yoga instructors, and for some people, they may not like my class, but they might like another trap yoga instructors. And at first it was like, oh man, like these people are trying to steal my dollar and steal my shine. And my sister, who's like my henchman, she's like, yeah, and there's insanity, and people buy the DVD, and people go to the little cheap ass insanity class at 24 Hour Fitness, but when Sean T come to town, they be like, oh my God, it's Sean T. She's like,
he's fine.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I'll
he is.
come when you go.
I even be ready to do his little whack ass.
I know. It's like hip hop abs, crunch pop.
Yeah, like that does not work. But I'll do it. Sure, anything for you, Sean.
But yeah,
and that's what's happened. Like, there are other people, but I have emerged as number one. I'm the only one who has a sustainable business. I'm the one who employs other people. I'm the only one who's traveling internationally. So why would I bother with that? I'm excited that there are other people trying to teach it, because I can't be everywhere, every time, every day. But I want to make sure that they do it right. So here's another plug. In August, we will be in Costa Rica doing a TrapYogaBae teachers training.
Oh, wow.
We are certifying trap yoga instructors to do it the Trap Yoga way. And we will be looking for instructors in all our core cities, plus a few small ones. So go ahead and head over to the website or on the Instagram to apply for that. Come on now, 5 days in Costa Rica with me and my squad.
That just sounds amazing. Anyway, just being in Costa Rica,
right?
I'm not gonna skip class. I promise.
I'll go to class. We're working hard.
No, that's great. It's awesome that the 360 that you're thinking about for the whole entire business.
I'm thinking
the whole
next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the idea that you're trying to also build this tribe out is amazing and is necessary. It's very necessary for our people to realize that these spaces are for us as well. That we got to make our own space.
It was ours first. Wait, I was whispering.
Wait.
It was ours first.
Please
have you ever heard of Kemet Yoga?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're looking at hieroglyphics, if you do just a little bit of research, Kemet Yoga is the first ideas of yoga, and that happened in Africa. A lot of people think that the origins of yoga was in India. Yeah, right after they stole it from, Africa.
Well,
you can shoot the messenger, but I got a little Uzi.
No,
so I shoot back. But yeah, like and then it came over to Western civilization in the early 1900s, and then it became a white space thing, and then and now even on the flip side, I have a lot of men who are like, I don't want to do yoga. Yoga is gay. Yoga is feminine. But it's like, wait, actually, there was a time for hundreds of years when women couldn't even practice yoga, but now we've got this idea that it's for the affluent, that it's for the skinny, for the white, for those who, for the women. And like, it's like, damn, we've gotten so far away from how amazing this practice is. So
it's ours. Another thing that we had that was
appropriating
gone.
Shit, I'm just taking back what's mine.
There you go. That's exactly how I feel this world has to be. At some point in time, we gotta take back what's ours. I want it all back.
Yes. So, everything you stole from me, say,
hey, see, there you go. Church.
I told you, church. I tied your bit.
Yes, you see, this is my sister from another mister. Y'all don't even know.
Agreed.
Y'all don't even know. So, I guess I had one more. We're wrapping up. We're winding down a little bit. But what are the benefits of yoga in general? I mean, I know why you said you wanted to kind of get zen. You wanted to find yourself in your space.
Yeah.
But what are the benefits of yoga in general? Like, why? Because, some people lift and they say that's all they want to do. Some people run. It's all they want to do. Why would yoga be a good addition to a general workout regimen?
Well, if we're talking about on the physical practice, you definitely, because, I see you heavy lift. I've heavy lift. I can't because when I'm touring, my body be dead. Mm-hmm. But you build that muscle and you end up losing mobility, right? Mm-hmm. That's why you see so many dudes who are like buff and their arms are like kind of stuck on their sides and their shoulders are always doing that because you're not stretching that muscle. And honestly, that could help you with your muscle gain because when you're stressing, when you're putting all that stress of lifting on your muscles, right? Your muscles tighten up. And then that's why they tell you to do the foam roller. So you do the foam roller, you're stretching, and you can see your muscle size increase by like 20% overnight.
Wow.
Easy. I've seen it with my athletes all the time. And if we're talking about running, that running can be tough on your knees, it can be tough on your body, and so the more fluid you can have your body, the better it can take all of the stressors that we put on it. And that's just talking about the physical stressors, assuming that you work out some other way before. Now say you don't work out, you sit at a desk all day. We were not made for that.
Yes.
That is why your hips are tight. That is why you're uncomfortable. That's why you have dis-ease in your body because you are not taking good care of it. Yeah. So on the physical side, for ladies, it's fun. We can do child support pose, right? That's that open leg forward fold with the ass tooted up and back, and then you feel good. You feel like you can do all those other things. And I love to entice people into trap yoga by saying, look, I'll teach you how to do the splits. Look, I'll teach you how to twerk while doing some yoga moves. But for real, it's the gateway drug to yoga because you come for the physical practice and then you realize, oh damn, like I came here upset and something came lifted off of me. So your body is better, but your mind is better. Your spirit is more open. You're finding your balance and not the balance that other people are prescribing to you. The balance that you want, right? The letting out of that tension, fuck shit, right? Yeah. Tension, yes, tension. Tension, fuck shit, all that. And
fuck shit. There you go.
Yeah. All of it. And so, you can start off with that physical practice, but I kid you not, you spend 2 to 3 times in there, and then you will feel that release in your mind because we hold on to so much, and we have to find safe outlets to let it go. And for me, yoga is letting that shit go, and trap yoga makes it an empowering way to have fun while letting that shit go.
Preach. Well, why do you think? What do you think you'd be doing if it wasn't for yoga? Like if you never found yoga?
I jokingly in the class say if I wasn't a yoga teacher, I'd be a stripper because I'm always making y'all twerk. But that was not where I was projecting.
That's a good career. They make some good money.
That is some empowerment. Like dancers are empowered as fuck. I mean, they take my money.
Well, listen, that's for me. Like every time I go to anything. Okay, I very rarely go to strip clubs. It's not my thing per se. But I'll go for people's birthday. It's fine. It's fine to everybody else. I appreciate it. Well, see, I used to take pole, so I watch that's what I look at. I have another person that's going to be coming in talking about that as well. But taking pole, but I watch the bodies and the movement and it's like it's art. And we might it might be sexualized, and sometimes people over sexualize it to a point too. There's an art to it. Like I can't make my other cheek just go and the other cheek stay still. Oscillations. I can't do that. That's a skill. So it's interesting to see. It's beautiful. I'm like, how they do that? I'm in the mirror like one cheek. No, it's not two cheek. No, they're not listening.
Practice.
I have to keep practicing. But to see that level of empowerment. So other than being a stripper, which could be the possibility, you can do it for 3 years in the right club and you retire early, girl. You don't even know.
Done.
But go ahead.
Let me find out Drake coming.
Listen.
Hey Drake.
I'm saying they be getting chose. These girls be getting chose in the club.
Right. I'm sorry, baby. I was just joking. I would.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. She is spoken for.
Baby, I love you. I would never. But so what else do I do? Well, because when I started teaching trap yoga, I was in school, and so my idea was I wanted to be in palliative care. So I have degrees in positive psychology and social behavioral studies. I'm very interested in how there's so much studies on how to go from being a psycho to being normal, but only recently have we started trying to figure out how to go from being normal to thriving. And that is one of my big interests. My other huge thing that I was interested in is palliative care, which is pain management. And I wanted to be an anesthetist because I had this idea that people are so nervous before a surgery, and you need to have them calm, because if you're too nervous or you're too anxious, things don't go well in your body. So I had this idea that I would be there. I would keep you calm before a surgery. I would be that person to put you to sleep. I would look over you the whole time, making sure you felt no pain, making sure everything was smooth. And then when you wake up, I'm still there to be like, you made it, you did it, your body has been fixed. Now go forth and heal speedily. And all of those things are happening for me as I'm teaching this trap yoga class. I'm talking about how to go from being a normal, regular, degular, schmegula bitch to thriving and living your best life. I'm talking about, hey, let's go through this surgery. We call it yoga. At the end of it, you're going to lay down in savasana, which is dead man's pose, like that sleeping people's favorite part of yoga.
Yeah, I love it. I fall asleep all the time.
Right?
Yeah.
And then when you come back, I'm like, and now you have been healed. Go forth in this new life. And so I was just like, why am I worried about any of those other careers where I'm going to have to do it the way other people have regulated for me to do it, when I can create this thing for my own? And when I quit school, my mom was like, you lost your fucking mind. Like, that's a $200,000 a year career. Woo. And in the first year, Trap Yoga cleared more than that. So,
oh, snap.
Yeah, so we okay. So if I wasn't doing this, I would be doing the positive psychology, or
you could always make trap nursing, trap nursing school, trap medical care, trap hospital.
Well, I do own a med spa, so we're good. In my hometown. Plug out, shout out to Brow Online. They do the best eyebrow micropigmentation, microblading that you ever heard of.
Oh, nice.
So I do have that. But yeah, I just love being a serial entrepreneur, and
I see. I'm like, I'm about to be like, hey, so I got this dog. She's like, well, we have a trap dog walking company, where your dog gets to listen to trap music until you get home.
I got 4 companies.
That is awesome. I will say that I didn't know all of this, and I don't know how. You managed to
move in silence like lasagna. Bars, Lil Wayne. That was Lil Wayne.
I know. That was Lil Wayne. That was my giant. You know how long it took me to get that? It took me a while, like lasagna, and I was like, the G is silent. Oh, bars. But so I think that you've definitely like really made this amazing market for yourself. So usually I have this segment, and I usually do it really quickly, but I'm gonna let you do it slow down, because I'm very curious to have these conversations. I know, because you got this sultry girl 6 for sex voice.
Did you tell them I sound like a big woman and I'm tiny as shit? Like,
oh no.
People always meet me and they be like, I thought she was gonna be like 5'10". I'm like, fuck you, I'm 5'5". Okay.
No, I guess because of the rasp and the depth of the voice. But no, you listen, first of all, y'all, she bad as hell. Okay, I'm gonna let you know. I was stalking homegirl Instagram like goals. Okay, I'm gonna just how do I get that booty? I'm just saying.
Yoga
did the booty?
Heavy lifting. I'd probably say I can squat 320.
Ooh, yes.
Heavy lifting.
Ladies,
heavy lifting will not make you look like a man.
Thank you.
That's a lie. It's a lie.
They told you a lie. They lied to you.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Oh, I hate that song. I can't listen to that song no more.
You can't.
No, it came in the white anthem. Like, white girls love that song more than we do.
Wait, the original or the Nicki?
Oh, the original. I don't like the Nicki version either.
The Nicki version had me having to have some self-talk, because I was like, look, that ass is fake. That is not real. That is not sustainable. Music videos. Stop watching bitches on Instagram. I know you didn't even ask for that, but like, stop watching other women on Instagram. Ladies, it will fuck with your head. Most of the time, they don't even look like that. I mean, I look like my Instagram, but most of the time, they don't, and it will mess with your head. Even somebody who has really strong ideals of self. If I spend too much time looking at big booty hoes on Instagram, I start tripping. Don't do it.
That's crazy. And
a little extra.
And that's real, because and she has a big booty and she's feeling away. That's crazy. Because I'm like, you're bad, okay? But no, I definitely appreciate it, because I'm always looking for inspiration and looking for new people. I look at it as empowering and inspiring. Absolutely. As opposed to coveting.
Yes.
And I think that's the hard thing. It's very hard to not covet.
That shall cover no other guys other than me. You know what I mean? Like, don't do it.
On some Jesus tip, like, don't covet. But in the same breath, it's just being inspired and be able to say, okay, this is, you're working hard. I'm gonna
you can
work
have
hard.
Goals.
Yeah, it gives you some goals. #goals. That's important. And so, well, with that, we have, I call it the 10 and 30 Inquisition. So usually it's 10 questions in 1 minute. well, technically it's 30 seconds because my questions count.
I've always wanted to do this.
You want to do this? So we're going to do a quick, the 10 and 30 Inquisition, okay?
Okay.
So, boom. Ready? You ready?
Go.
How often do you work out?
6 days a week.
For yourself?
6 days a week.
Okay, cool. Which would you rather hold for 30 seconds, squats or planks?
Squats.
Booty. Cause booty. So what is something that people do at the gym that annoys you?
Stare at me.
You cute though, girl.
I'd be like, damn, I'm trying to get through my set.
Body parts you're insecure about or paying special attention to?
Paying special attention to my tummy. I've got 2 kids, and so I have to learn to accept my stomach, and then I have to learn to accept it again.
Facts. Workout gear or equipment you swear by?
Good shoes.
Good shoes. What's a good shoe?
Something that supports your feet, especially your arch. Because if you're heavy lifting, you can, flatten out that arch, and then you'll have pain in your feet, and that's no bueno.
No bueno. Favorite healthy snack or dish?
Kind Bars.
Who
just sponsored me?
Yay for sponsorship. Favorite not so healthy snack or dish?
I was about to say something so nasty.
What? Now you gotta say it. You can't do that. Now you gotta say it.
No.
What was it?
Like the first thing that popped in my head, I was like, dick.
I was like, what could it be?
Right. Oh, actually, most of my food is quite healthy because I'm like.
So what's your guilty pleasure? You don't have one? Come on.
Why is this the one that takes me the longest? Smoothies after 11 a.m., because all that sugar and fruit, like. That's one of those job interview questions.
I know. That was like, how do you turn your negative into a
okay,
positive?
you know what? Truffle French fries.
Thank you. My joints.
Truffle
too.
fries.
So I say that. All right. Sport or style of exercise you wish you could do?
I wish I could do volleyball. They got even better asses.
Oh, see? Yeah. There you go. All right. I was about to say, that's such a West Coast thing to say. But biggest gym fail. It's a moment you had like a struggle at the gym, or can you think of something?
Oh, yeah. I was on the Smith machine and I thought I raised it and like I came up to my tippy toes and I hadn't like rehinged it, and I came down and it made me collapse, like boom. All the way down, my back was all tight.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it was all bad.
Did
and everybody,
save you?
Yeah, everybody saved me.
It's like the whole world's like, I'll save you.
And I'm the youngest in my family, and so I'm the baby, and so I was just like, yes, save me, somebody, anybody, please. Where my mom at? Telling mama, y'all let me fail like this.
That's a gym fail. It's okay. See, everybody has gym fails. Yeah. And on those struggle days, what do you tell yourself to get out of bed to work out?
Bruh, get the fuck up. Or I can't remember his name, but there's that YouTube dude. He's like, it's still your motherfucking set. I tell myself that all the time.
So awesome. That's your Inquisition. You got through the Inquisition.
I love it.
See, I wanted to slow it down because this is a new it's part of the program, and everybody's gonna answer these questions. So you were the first to answer these questions. And it feels good. It feels good.
It feels awesome.
It feels good. I was gonna ask you what's next, but it seems like you done said everything that you got next coming up.
Reiterate, we're still touring. We got an app. We're doing yoga teacher training. I am hiring and partnering with other small businesses. Most of all, I'm living my best fucking life. And thank you so much, Shanelle, for being a part of it, by letting me be on this show and spread my word and speak my truth.
No, I see the energy. I see positive energy, and I think that it's awesome what you're doing. I think that, once again, the whole purpose of this show is to really just try to let people know that a lot of the things that have to do with fitness and health affect us, and things that affect us are for us, and we just have to make sure we in those spaces, and you're doing a really great job of bringing people into those spaces.
Yes.
And so where can everybody find you?
You can find me on all social mediums at TrapYogaBae. That's TrapYogaBae.com, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Anybody else is not me.
They're not you.
Not me. And I do not have a Snapchat. I don't need y'all knowing how crazy I really, really am.
I'm sorry, I do need to pause. How do people really just try to imitate you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've had people pay me to come and teach a class and then to get my media kit, and then I leave and they're like, oh, we're teaching Trap Yoga, and it'll be my face. And I'm like, I'm so delighted that you think that Trap Yoga is so awesome to keep teaching it, but bitch, take down my picture. That's not me.
Well,
and then I smile.
And then she smiles and shrugs her shoulders and gives the most innocent, sweet look in the world. Yes. Well, it's been so great to have you on the show. I'm so thankful you were able to make it. And we literally like moved all the schedule around. Like, no, we're going to figure this out. because I was like, she's in town for a little bit. I need to grab her up because I just love what you're doing. And once again, thank you so much for coming. And yeah, everybody, make sure you follow her. Make sure if she is in your city, make sure you stop by there. You make sure you stop through. Bring your friends. Bring a squad. I think that's the other thing because they get a discount when they come as a squad, right?
Yes.
So bring your squad. You're looking for something to do before you go and get drunk. Just stretch it out first. Or if you're just looking to just kind of really, really, really explore another genre of fitness, and even if you know yoga, another way to do yoga. I think that we think of only the one thing that we know it to be, and don't get to enjoy it. I enjoy twerking. If you follow me on Instagram, follow the Compound Movement on Instagram, you might have seen it. I only post it because I know it'll disappear. Me doing a little downward dog twerk because I don't usually post myself doing things like that. But I felt encouraged and empowered to do so. Yes. And that was also a result of you. Thank you so much. Namaste. All right, so you guys, thank you so much for listening. Just so you know, I have a few things coming up and about to happen, and I'm very, very excited about it. So please make sure you are following Instagram.com/DA, the Compound Movement. I have a few events coming up, things around fitness. If you're a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, the Compound Movement is going to be leading a group run at our regionals in the North Atlantic region. So that'll be me, yours truly. So if you're interested in joining us, please make sure you reach out to me. And if you have any questions, any thoughts, make sure you email me at DA Compound Movement. The Compound Movement is, once again, a movement to just challenge and rebuild the ideas of what health and fitness look like, especially to the Black community, Black and brown community, all my people of color there feeling left out. I'm not trying to let y'all get left out. All right, so we have a few other guests coming into the studio over the next few weeks, so make sure you tune in. Thank you so much. Share this episode with your friends. And we're going to try to grow this movement. Have a wonderful day. Shout out to Gotham Podcast Studio for hosting us because they're just so the bomb. And see you soon.